Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what to do if the leads you're bringing in are horrendous. The lead quality of your paid media campaigns are really, really bad and your client's unhappy, you're unhappy, what to do next. So guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Harry Kirk. I'm the co-founder of a social media marketing agency for the past 6+ years, managing over $250,000 a month in ad spend. And this is a real problem. This has been a problem since the start of my agency, and it's a problem that gets combated, in my view, in the wrong way. And what I mean by that is when leads come in, clients always point the finger at the lead quality. They never point the finger at themselves. That being said, there are some things that you potentially are doing wrong in your paid ad campaigns, which is causing a poor quality of lead. Now, this is probably more of a problem for beginner agencies, like sub $10,000 a month agencies, which obviously historically go after local lead generation businesses. If you're going after e-commerce businesses, then you're not going to have this problem because you're not going to be bringing in leads, you're going to be bringing in sales. So first of all, what does a poor quality of lead actually mean? It basically, when you hear this and when your client says this, it means that they're not ready to buy, they're not picking up the phone, they've forgotten that they even submitted their lead information, they are after free services, they might have submitted their information for the wrong service. There's a whole plethora of different reasons why someone could be classed as a poor lead. I think there's two things that you need to get right before we kind of have this discussion, which is number one, the organic leads that a client brings in are very different to paid leads, and you need to understand what the average conversion rate of a paid media campaign actually is. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, we spend over $250,000 a month on paid ads across all of our clients, so lead generation businesses. And so I'm very confident when I say these metrics about what you can expect from a paid media campaign, which is 50 to probably 65% of the leads you bring in are going to be fucking useless. They're not going to answer the phone, probably the wrong number, they're not going to respond to your initial text message. They're just dead leads. Now, it's what you get out of the 45%, probably 30 to 45% that's left, which is where you make all your money. Now, 10 to 15, up maybe even 20 to 25, depending on some clients, but on average, probably 10 to 15% of the leads you bring in should be converting to some kind of paid customer over the next 6 to 12 months. Now, the final 20% are still qualified leads, but they're just not ready to buy yet. They don't have the money yet. So they're just added to the mailing list. They're adding to your retargeting, and they just sit there eventually to convert. So what you need to get when you go into relationships with clients, which is a point that I've got on my list here, which is expectations, you need to say from the get-go and warn them, 70% of the leads I bring in for you, Tim, Susan, are going to be fucking shit. Say that to them. We say it to them all the time. We're like, right, like to save the conversation later down the line when you think that all 100 leads a month are going to be perfect, ready to buy, get that out of your head. You're going to have to waste a lot of time going through the 70% to get the 30% that's actually good. So that's like an expectation. Another expectation people get wrong is what I mentioned earlier, which is organic versus paid media. Now, organic leads where people have found them on Google, or it's been word of mouth, it's been a friend of a friend of a friend's inquired about this business, and now they are as well. That quality of lead is going to be 10 times better than any paid media campaign you do. Now, that's because they're completely different journeys. They're completely different customers. If you're introducing the brand from a cold level, getting a lead inquiry, they're going to be more flaky than an inbound inquiry, which is what clients can't get their head around, especially if this is the first time they've run paid media. Is they'll say things like, oh, Harry, I get 30 inquiries a day that are all ready to buy. Your leads, I'm having to ring them 5 times and really hound them to get them in. Like, that's a poor lead quality. Well, it's not. That's the case with any paid media campaign. And the easy answer to that, guys, and what we say is, your organic thing's perfect. It's a completely different beast. However, if you want to grow from 30 inquiries a day, which you're currently getting for organic, to 150 inquiries a day or 200 inquiries a day, you're going to have to get a handle on this paid media. One of the biggest objections clients have is, oh, Harry, I don't want to be seen as a company that's constantly hounding clients and hounding my potential customers for their business. Well, unfortunately, Tim, if you want to get from 30 to 150, you're going to have to put the work in to get that lead through your doors, especially in a climate like this, cost of living crisis, where people are being more cautious with their money. And essentially, when people are submitting their lead information, they're submitting their lead information for 5 or 6 other businesses as well. They're shopping around. So if you're being kind of too stubborn and too like, oh, I'm way above this to give them a call to book in, you're just going to lose that business, unfortunately. Like, you have to be fighting for these customers. And I give this explanation to all of my clients. If you're a long-standing member of this channel, you would have heard this analogy before. I recently bought a car. Well, it's not recently anymore. About 2 years ago now, I bought a new car and I submitted my inquiry on 5 different dealerships that were selling the exact same car. 4 of them didn't answer. One of them rang me back the next day, and one of them rang me back within 5 minutes at 7 o'clock, at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. And that's the one I ended up buying. And it was the same price, it was the same car. And the only reason why I went with them is because they rang me within 5 minutes. I was extremely hot. I was in the mindset to buy, and I booked a test drive a couple of days later, I think, and I ended up buying it at the weekend. Like, that's how important that follow-up is. Whereas if he didn't do that, someone called me the next day, I might have changed my mind. I might have, you know how quickly things change. Like, that's how essential it is to get round to these leads as quickly as possible. But some a few pieces of advice, guys, for this problem is obviously setting expectations. Like I said, set expectations really early on, run them through what they can actually expect, and run them through what the averages are. Like 70% are going to be terrible, but we want to aim for 10 to 15%. That's kind of everything from a client side. So what the client is potentially doing wrong in terms of not contacting them in the quick time, having the poor expectations, thinking they're going to be like their organic leads. Now, it's not all the client's fault, guys. If you're running lead forms, if you're not doing landing pages, if your ad campaigns are really poor, then you are going to attract a naturally poor quality of lead. Now, the types of ad campaigns that we run for our clients, and the type of ad campaigns we teach in our academy to run, naturally attracts a more ready to buy, higher quality lead with more money, because of how we design our campaigns, how we copyright, how we design the ads, how we design our landing pages, the processes, the testimonials we show them, the reviews we show them. It's all part of the infrastructure that builds the brand in the eyes of a potential customer, which allows those higher quality of people to submit their lead information with us rather than someone else. And it also dequalifies the people that just want free stuff, or people that aren't ready to buy, because we're so upfront with how much stuff costs. So if you are attracting a genuine poor quality of lead, then you need to sort the standard of your work out. Now, what we do with every single client that comes to us with this problem, they'll say, Harry, Tom, the lead quality is really poor, we're not converting them. What we'll do is we will get a spreadsheet up with every single lead that's come through, and we will search every single lead in our Go High level, and we will go back and retrace our steps of every single touch point that client's had with every single lead and build patterns. And we did this with a client. We do this with a client probably practically every week. Last week we did one, and we went through, and she was sending loads of deposit links. Now, this is for a 2 to 3.5 grand, I don't know, probably 2 to 5 grand course, actually, and an aesthetics course. And she was sending loads of deposit links, but no one was paying the deposit links. Now, we went through the Go High level, looked at the conversations, and we said, right, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. I want you to ring this person right now from your personal phone number. She rang them on the Zoom call with us, and she paid the deposit over the phone then. And she's like, right, Harry, this isn't a quality of lead issue. This is my sales team not performing very well on the sales calls and applying pressure. So what I would recommend, guys, if you're having this issue, is get a spreadsheet up on a Zoom call with your client and go through every single lead with them to copious amounts of detail. And you need to tell them, right, you need to treat every single one of these leads, especially the ones that have shown initial interest, as if it's like your family member. So what I say to them, I say, imagine these leads that have your deposit link but haven't paid are your niece or your nephew. And it soon changes how they see these leads. It's a two-way thing. You have to make sure you're targeting the right people and bringing in the people that are ready to buy through really nice ad campaigns and doing the correct practices. But also you need to be making sure that you're coaching and educating your clients to be doing the correct things. And if you're really hands-off and you're not looking about what's happening, that's going to be a massive issue. So yeah, hopefully there's some good tips there, guys. Implement them. Let me know what you think. Please, please, please subscribe if you're listening on Apple Music and the Spotify podcast. Please continue to like the episodes. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to listen on the go, we post these. We're trying to post them every single day. So check out the podcast. Also, guys, I'm very, very excited. You've probably seen on my Instagram, the Academy 3.0 is now launched. The link is in the description of this video. Please check it out. There's there's an 18-minute video on there which explains exactly what our 2024 Academy is all about, how it works. Please check it out. Lots of time's gone into it. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions on my Instagram, Harry_SMMA, from the video or about the academy or anything of anything I've already spoke about, really. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And I shall see you tomorrow at 9 AM for tomorrow's video.